Hello, world. It is Wednesday, January 25th, 2023, and looking out the window at Defiance, it's snowing. A little late getting started this morning because I had to get into the office first, but they were testing our um, fire alarm system, so it would have been quite noisy for me to record this earlier. The devotion for today is entitled, I'm going to move my screen here, is entitled Tip, written by Quinn Caldwell. And Quinn bases the devotion upon Psalm 27, verse 13, New Revised Standard Version. I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And then Quinn writes, in September of 1895, Oscar Wilde walked out of a courtroom. He had just been declared bankrupt, a short time after having been convicted of sodomy. He'd be headed to jail in a little while, but for now was free to walk out of the courtroom. Not totally free, though. To leave, he'd have to make his way through a crowd that had gathered to abuse him. As he made his way, reduced and humiliated, through the crowd of ill-wishers, someone stepped forward. Robbie Ross, a friend of Oscar Wilde's who had been standing and waiting for this moment, deliberately looked him in the eye and tipped his hat. These were the days when tipping your hat meant way more than just hello. So for someone who was in danger himself due to his own open homosexuality, to step forward before a hostile crowd to recognize, respect, and reclaim Wilde as a human and friend, well, the crowd fell silent. Men have gone to heaven for less than that, Wilde would later write. When wisdom has been profitless to me, philosophy barren, and the proverbs and phrases of those who have sought to give me consolation as dust and ashes in my mouth, the memory of that little, lovely, silent act of love has unsealed for me all the wells of pity, made the desert bloom like a rose, and brought me out of the bitterness of lonely exile into harmony with the wounded, broken, and great heart of the world. Sometimes the goodness of the Lord breaks into the land of the living with a bang. Usually it rides in on little, lovely, silent acts. And the prayer. Help me plan something little, lovely, and silent for your people today. Amen. Oh, for me, this devotion reminds me of a couple different things. One is that a saying that I often have from the Lord of the Rings. If I was at home, I do have it here. It is in my office, and it's a quote from the Lord of the Rings. And my daughter Mariel made a little poster for me, and it was Gandalf speaking, who said, I found that it is the small things, everyday deeds by ordinary folk that keeps the darkness at bay. And I really truly believe that that is at the heart of following the way of Jesus, is doing small little acts of happiness and joy and love. Even the simplest thing is just saying thank you to someone, to your server in a restaurant, to the clerk at the store, being kind and compassionate and generous with people. You never know the burdens that they're carrying and what some sort of simple act like that might actually hold for that particular person. In fact, I mean, by doing so, you may be impacting their lives without ever knowing it. I know I've had instances where someone has said something to me about something I did or said, and I had no clue, but it was just a naturally kind and generous act. And the other part of that, I think, is that by simply doing those things over and over again, it actually changes your life as well. So try to do small things, small deeds every day, especially for those who you find may be struggling, or for those whom society pushes to the margins, or society, some aspects of our society, push away and against. Because that's truly showing the love of Christ in your own life. Hope you have a good day, and hope to talk to you again tomorrow. And be safe if you go out today. It's snowing like mad again, so and I think we're getting several inches, so just be careful out there if you do go out. But if you don't have to, stay home. Take care.